Nobody wants to hear that their suffering is productive. When you are in the middle of something genuinely hard, a loss, a failure, a season that is grinding you down, the last thing you want is a theological explanation for why it is good for you. And yet that is exactly where James opens his letter. James 1 verses 2-4 says, "My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into divers temptations, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let patience have her perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing." James wrote this to Jewish Christians who had been scattered across the Roman world, displaced people navigating real persecution, real poverty, real social exclusion. This was not an audience sitting comfortably on a Sunday morning. These were people who had already lost things. And James begins by telling them to count their trials as joy. Before that can land rightly, two words need to be understood correctly. The first is temptations. In modern English, that word almost always refers to moral pressure, the pull toward sin. But the Greek word here is peirasmos, which means trial or testing. James is not talking about moral struggle. He is talking about external hardship, the kind of difficulty that comes from living in a broken world. Diverse temptations means various kinds of trials. All sorts of hard things. Not one specific type. The second word is count. This is the Greek word hegeomai, to lead, to consider, to reckon. It is a deliberate, reasoned decision, not a spontaneous feeling. James is not saying, try to feel happy when hard things happen. He is saying, make a considered decision about what the hard thing actually is, based on what you know to be true about it. That is a completely different instruction. The reason he can say that, and the reason he expects it to be possible, is in the phrase knowing this. Joy is accessible not because the trial feels good, but because you know something about what the trial is doing. And what is it doing? The trying of your faith worketh patience. The word translated trying is dokimion, the process of testing that proves genuineness. It is the same word used for testing metal in fire. The fire does not create the quality in the metal. It reveals and refines what was already there. The trial does not manufacture your faith. It proves it, and in proving it, strengthens it. The word patience is hupomone, and it is richer than the English translation suggests. It does not mean passive waiting. It means active endurance under load. The ability to bear weight without collapsing. It is the quality of a load-bearing wall, not a person sitting in a waiting room. And the crucial thing about hupomone is that there is only one way to develop it: you have to be given weight to bear. That is the uncomfortable truth sitting underneath this passage. You cannot develop the capacity to endure without something to endure. You cannot build hupomone in easy seasons. Which means the trial is not an interruption of your formation. It is your formation. The goal of all of this, James says, is that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. The word perfect here is teleos, not sinless perfection, but mature. Complete. Having arrived at the intended end. A fruit is teleos when it is fully ripe. A person is teleos when they have developed into the fullness of what they were meant to become. The trial is not there to punish you or break you. It is there to finish something. For us today, we live in a culture that treats discomfort as a problem to be solved as quickly as possible. Pain is an error message. Difficulty is a sign that something has gone wrong. And so when hard things come, our first instinct is to escape them, medicate them, or explain them away. James is offering a completely different frame, one that does not minimize the hardness, but refuses to let the hardness be the whole story. It is worth being clear about what James is not saying. He is not saying perform positivity. He is not saying pretend the trial is not painful. He is not saying feel happy about suffering. The word count was never about feeling. It is a decision, and it is a decision made possible by knowledge. If you know where this is going, you can hold it differently. The destination does not make the road easier. But it makes the road mean something. The takeaway: God does not remove the hard thing because the hard thing is doing something in you that nothing easier ever could, and the person it is building toward is complete, grounded, and lacking nothing.